What is going on, football fans? Sorry about that little malfunction right there, but we are back at it this morning to make some of those NFL week number 4 picks. I hope you're excited because I know I definitely am. This is going to be a fun little episode here today. My first time actually just doing the quote unquote game day morning type of stuff. This is always a lot of fun making those dang picks. So, as for this whole week, it has been awesome. I'm really excited for this new format of three now. The days apart thing really works. Catch me on Tuesday morning as we recap the week. I eat my words. I can get a couple I told you so's. I was kidding. I can't stand being that guy. But I can definitely recap the week. I'll see you on Tuesday morning. And then, of course, we'll get those primetime face-offs coming up Wednesday evening. And, of course, on Saturday morning, we'll always have a great time doing all those primetime face-offs. And big shout-out once again to all of my guests for this past week. Awesome stuff for all those primetime face-offs and lots of awesomeness. So, as you can see here, we got some comments going on. So, what's going on, Taryn? Thank you very much for tuning in, brother. And hey, y'all, make some picks with me today, shall we? So, first things first, today we are getting into the picks edition of Three and Outs. We are a little bit under an hour for game day. We are ready. Got a lot of great games getting ready to rock and roll this week. Week 4 is going to be something else. Weeks 1 through 3 have been interesting to say the least, and we have plenty of oddball yet really intriguing, yet let's just hope that they don't destroy themselves, yet can they keep it up type of games, which I think we get that every week, but this time I just feel like we have a little bit more of that. So Bones getting a big shout to Terry. He says, "Let's see on as well. I'm from Ventura, so get home safe, buddy." So here we go, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in to these week number 4 picks, shall we? All right, so first up here, we do have, if I can get over there fast enough. All right, so first up in the slate, the morning slate, if you will, if you're on the West Coast, or in the afternoon slate, if you're on the East Coast, we have here the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on, let's see here, Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, this game is already weird enough. We had one team with a tie last week, and we have one team who just can't seem to get it right. I mean, they can, but you don't trade away an amazing running back like Leonard Fournette. Whatever. Is what it is. Still can't understand why they did that, but whatever. So, in this game, let's go ahead and post it here now. I have the Bengals winning this thing 35-28. Now, you're probably wondering, how the hell did you even get 35-28? Let me explain. The Bengals have a defense, kind of, something like that. However, it's not really relevant. Let's be realistic. The defense is kind of like a wet paper bag. They don't really, there's nothing there, honestly. I mean, they show up when they want. And personally, I feel like they don't really have much of a star-studded defensive line. I mean, they don't really seem to have much of a defense to win anything major. Now, can they win a couple games here and there? They sure can. But as for Jacksonville, this defense is also kind of on the fritz. Nothing there that's good, like super jumps out at you. Some names are there, but there's nothing that. And once again, it lacks substance, and I'm just being real, guys. Last couple of weeks, we've seen it. This team isn't much. I'm just being real. Neither of these teams are, okay? Now, the reason why the Bengals winning their first game, of course, they're at home, but I have them winning their first game because Joe Burrow, with a loss, then he got, 2 losses and a tie. He's working hard to finally get that first victory. Jacksonville has the tendency to just kind of fall apart. It is what it is. And if Cincinnati can actually make this thing a shootout, if they can actually get a decent amount of points on the board, I feel like they'll be able to win this thing, even if it's a close game. So this could be good. It could be bad. For Cincinnati, but overall, Jacksonville, I just don't really see them winning this game. There's nothing much there that says Jacksonville is a great team. There's not. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Hate me all you want to, but I can't sit here and give credit to a team that doesn't look much more than the Raiders did a couple of years ago. Some things have to change, and I'd hope that it does soon. So, all right, next up here, we have New Orleans taking on the Detroit Lions. Now, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. And the score, honestly, a lot of these scores are just being nice. I have the Saints winning this one 31-17. Why? Why do I have the Saints winning like by only just this little bit? Personally, guys, I don't really see the Saints. I see them kind of calling out the dogs after a while. It's proven now more than anything kind of sucks because I am such a Matt Patricia fan. I'm telling you, I thought he was great in New England, coaching a Belichick, and I really thought he was going to do great things by himself. He's a defensive guy. I'm a defensive guy. I was so excited to see him go out and get his own team. But there's just something that's not clicking, and I can't sit here and try and be a fan, and make these picks. So when it comes down to it, New Orleans has a strong team, but there's something going wrong at the moment as well. The reason why I'm saying this is I get it. We have some injuries, okay? Michael Thomas is a major part of this, but I just feel like it hasn't clicked yet for the Saints. I mean, the loss to the Raiders, which of course my team, I was very happy about that, but it just looked like, they kind of just weren't all there. They haven't looked like themselves since week 1 versus the Buccaneers. So my biggest thing in this game is the fact that New Orleans is gonna probably get up early and do their thing. However, they may just call the dogs off and they realize, hey, you know what? Let's just save some in the tank. Personally, I'm giving the Lions 17 points because I'm a Matt Patricia fan. Honestly, if they get more than 14, I'll be surprised. The Saints defense is ramping up a little bit better. There's a lot more there. And personally, I know Matthew Stafford was just the highest paid quarterback a couple years ago, right? They have Kerryon Johnson, who I seriously think they need to let loose and just give him the freaking ball. Feed him, man. Let him do his thing. Overall, this defense is so far a letdown. There's nothing there that screams championship. So overall, I can't be too crazy about the Saints right now, but I know they're going to win this game. I mean, if they lose, whoa. But personally, guys, Detroit doesn't have much. There's nothing there. And even though it's at home, my apologies. But overall, I can't sit here and be a fan of Matt Patricia and just throw out my like, oh yeah, I want to make this a close game, or I think they'll make it close. There's no way. So that's the way I see it. And that will be that. So we have a bunch of picks here from Taryn that we will get to in a few minutes here. Taryn is also going to be on a primetime face-off this week, so we will be excited, and we'll get ready to have him on here pretty soon. Uh, our boy Dave, man, the host of the Kansas City Shuffle show here on iSports Radio, says, I finally found out how to comment. Well, thank you, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. Make sure you jump your comments, throw them in here, have some fun with it, and let's do the dang thing. Taryn says, if the Saints lose today, which they won't, I agree, Taryn, they won't, Sean Payton deserves to be on the hot seat. That's hard. Because I agree to an extent. It's not really his fault, but then again, it kind of is. Because if you're the man at the top, you need to be figuring things out. But at the same exact time, you're not on the field playing for your players. It's tough. It really is. And Michael Thomas, the injury, that's rough. So, I mean, I get it. Okay, so he says they can win. Sorry, they can win without Michael Thomas, Marcus Davenport, and Marcus Williams. That's right. I didn't even know Marcus Davenport was out. So as you can see here, guys, there's some key injuries, and this is kind of it's a rough go right now for the Saints, but they should win this game. And then here we have Dave saying, I think Detroit pulls out a squeaker. Dave, you have more faith in the Lions than I think some of their fans do right now. I'm just kidding. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so thank you for picking along with me, y'all. Jump on in the chat room, have some fun, grab some coffee, grab some lunch. Hey, whatever time it is over there in your neck of the woods, everybody, or it could be here on the West Coast. Pick along with me, y'all. We're gonna be here for about the next half an hour, making those Week 4 picks for the NFL. So next up here, we have the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks taking on the 1-2 Miami Dolphins. I almost said Hurricanes. I know. Number one, I'm a college fan. Number two, the Dolphins are playing a lot like, college team at the moment. So moving into this game, this score was a little funny for me. And there's only one reason why I even gave Miami the amount of points that I did. I have Seattle winning this game 33-17. Okay. This game, to me, is not very exciting. I feel like Seattle's is going to mollywop this team, and seriously, if Seattle puts up more points, I will not be surprised. The only reason why I'm giving Miami even 17 points, guys, is because Fitz, man. Fitz magic. I mean, this dude is unreal. I mean, at 37 years old, running in, diving for touchdowns. I don't think he's diving, but he was running in for touchdowns. Because the guy, you know what? He keeps himself in great shape. You can see he does a lot, man. And this guy is a hell of an athlete. You know, he's an old man. He's an old war horse, but gosh dang it, the guy fights. He's a great player. He's a leader, and it sucks that, you know, they just can't seem to do better, but there's no way I can pick them over the Seahawks. I'm sorry. Seattle is a much better, stronger, faster team. This defense is getting a lot better, in my opinion, than they have been. Russell Wilson is running crazy. Metcalf is everywhere. I mean, you have Tyler Lockett making big plays, a lot like he did back at Kansas State, at least, you know, from the one gigantic return I saw him in the senior year. But I'll tell you what, this looks like an absolute massacre in the making. But once again, Miami, I guess maybe see Fitz throwing himself out there and getting 2 touchdowns by himself, maybe throwing for one. I don't know, maybe throwing for one and running in for one. I don't know. But I do see the Seattle Seahawks winning this game. And trust me, 33 points is being very, very polite. Seriously, they can hang 38 or even over 40. This defense is nothing to be excited for. And it really sucks because I really wanted to see Miami do good this year. I wanted to see them be competitive, but they're just not. So is what it is. So we have here in the comments, Mr. Dave Friedman, of course. He says here, Peyton will need a lot more than a loss to Detroit to hit the hot seat. You know, I do agree with this. Let it be a whole season like this. I think it'll be on the hot seat. But still, don't lose to Detroit. I mean, it's kind of hard. It really is. Because, I mean, the rough start already. Once again, when you're the man at the top, all fingers point to you. And this is how it is, guys. I mean, I understand. I mean, hey, trust me, when things go wrong at IA Sports Radio, it is what it is, guys. That's all there is to it. All fingers point to me. I mean, it's how it goes, guys. So I know. But I understand, though, Dave. I'm totally with it, man. So we have here Dave saying in the comments as well, dangerous, about to cement his MVP status. 2 touchdowns, touchdowns and yards. Absolutely. This guy is insane. I'll tell you right now, this team is on one, and I'm so excited for the Seahawks. The defense is coming along, guys, and we've seen it here. We heard it here in 8 Divisions in 8 Days when our Seahawks fan talked about just letting Russell Wilson do his thing, and he has been. I think Carroll's just like, you know what, here, take the reins. I mean, maybe not. Regardless, he's been looking like it. So let's take a look here. Terrence says, no doubt in my mind the Seahawks will win. Seahawks need as many wins as possible. I can also, let's see here. I can also the other NFC West teams winning today. Also, see, I think is what he's saying. But personally, there's no way I can really give the line. I mean, the Lions. We're still on the Lions. There's no way I can give Miami any type of breathing room to even say they'll remotely win this game. So yeah, I agree, man. And overall, Seattle does need the win. Of course, I mean, every team needs a win, you know, but the Rams, they're relevant. The Cardinals, they're somewhat relevant. And the Niners, well, even though they're banged up, they're still kind of relevant. So personally, yeah, I agree. This is the NFC West is going to be a lot of fun this year. And Seattle needs to rack up those wins as much as they can. So let's see. Terrence says, Dolphins are a couple years away from being a contender. I said that like 2 years ago. Like, I mean, and I know this year they're coming along. Tua is a youngster, and I can totally see that's a big reason why. But it's just disappointing to see this defense just fall on their face week after week. I mean, come on, stop somebody, gosh damn it. So what's going on, Vince Wright? My boy Vince, man. Vince says, good morning, chairman of the board. Big ups to you, brother. And once again, y'all, congratulations to Mr. Vince Wright reaching his 200th show a few weeks ago. I popped in the chat room, said, what's up, man? I've been in there in a while, but sports done right, y'all. If you love sports, man, the Gov has you covered all day long. Sports done right with the Gov, of course, the sports governor of Minnesota, Mr. Vince Wright. My boy, man, shout out to you. He says here, Vikings find a way to go 0-4 today, unfortunately. Vince, we will get there. I hate to say this, brother, but I agree. We will get there in a few minutes. Please stick along with us and give us all your comments on everything I say and anything you want to say, of course, here in the chat room over that game. So, this game, personally, I just don't see it being anything less than this. If it's more, then I agree, but I don't see. I see less points for Miami and more points for Seattle. That's the over/under, guys. 33 is the minimum for Seattle, and the most is 17 for Miami. If there's a score there somewhere, maybe it's a special team score for Miami, and I don't know, maybe Seattle threw a pick. Well, no, not Russell Wilson. I just feel like right now, yeah, MVP all day, like Dave was saying. So, all right, next up here, we have the 1-2 Los Angeles Chargers taking on the 2-1 Tampa Buccaneers. This is going to surprise some of you. No, I'm not picking the Chargers, but damn it, it's a close score. No, Larry B is not sitting here saying he has faith in the. Why am I speaking about myself in the third person? I'm not saying that I have faith for the Chargers to win the West this year, but I am saying that the Chargers love to, for some crazy reason, play to everybody's level. They're one of those teams in the NFL this year that they just want to play to people's level. They want to be able to play right where their opponent is. If it's Super Bowl caliber, they'll play Super Bowl caliber. If it's dang, as Taryn likes to say from the dude he walks on YouTube, a tank bowl, they'll play like a tank bowl. Seriously, if it's a garbage game, it doesn't matter. They will play however the other team is playing. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, Anthony Lynn's a great coach. I'm all for him, but it's like, come on, dude, like spark your team, man. Like these guys don't really look competitive sometimes. And then they come out and you're like, what the hell? Like they look pretty damn good, But then it's like they seem to hang in the big games. Last year they seemed to do that a lot, and it's like I feel like I see a lot of it this year too. So the Chargers, personally, I know the injuries are there. I know, of course, we have a Chargers team who is slightly looking to revamp their look. I mean, the defense not so bad. That 34 is working out for them as usual. Personally, guys, I'm not really the biggest fan of the defense, but whatever. I know Terrence's going to jump in here somewhere right now. So let's see here. Dave says Chargers 23, Tampa Bay 20, upset alert. Whoa! That is okay. You're thinking like me. Only reason why I'm saying Tampa Bay wins is because they'll find a way to win it with Tom Brady. Personally, guys, I think he's going to be the X factor. There's a lot of talent there. They'll find a way. Rosarians with a last-minute drive, something, man. But they'll find a way to win this thing. And I'm really excited because this team has so much potential. The Buccaneers, that is, and we're gonna see how well they can do, especially in a team like this with the Chargers, where you don't really know what you're gonna get. So personally, I want to say the Chargers can even pull the upset, but there's no way, guys. Well, I don't want to say there's no way, but I just have to go with my gut on this one and say the Tampa Buccaneers will find a way to win it. But regardless, the Chargers, I think, are going to give them hell. The Chargers will fight them, so should be pretty good. Next up here, the 2-1 Baltimore Ravens taking on the Washington football team. Washington is at 1-2. Baltimore is at 2-1. Oh, here we go real quick. Let's go ahead and go back to this game, revisit it. Terrence says, I think the Chargers will keep it close. I agree, but the deck is stacked against them in terms of injuries and players available. A Chargers win would be huge for Justin Herbert going forward. Look, when Justin Herbert played, when he played a couple weeks ago versus the Chiefs, dude was looking solid. Dude was playing ball, okay? Like, it was incredible seeing this guy play at the level he was playing at. But then again, he's a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes. But at the same time, you're playing a legend on the other side of the ball, on the other side of the field, So, I don't know. It seems like it could be a really good game. Has the makings for a really good game. I'm hoping that we do get a really good game. Regardless, though, guys, I still just have the Buccaneers taking this thing. So, next up, 2-1 Baltimore taking on the 1-2 Washington football team. Guys, I was kind of being nice here, but I think it's actually realistic. The Ravens are pissed off. They got their behinds handed to them by the Chiefs a few weeks ago, and right now the only thing they can think about is, I know just leave it in the past, but the only thing they can think about is after a lashing like that versus the defending Super Bowl champions, you're going to see them again, okay? The Chiefs are 3-0 right now, and honestly, they should be going 4-0 this week. They are a very good team, okay? Very tough, strong team. Very high-powered offense. I can't stand them as a Raider fan, but I will give them their respect all day long because I love football and I know football pretty good at least. And I do understand that the Chiefs, that the AFC West, and maybe even the AFC more than likely, very possibly, more likely than not, the AFC will go through Kansas City. So I am pretty damn sure seriously, I am pretty gosh damn sure that these Ravens are, trying to ramp it up as much as possible. The Redskins, they had a couple sparks of greatness, and they will in this game too. The Redskins will have their sparks of greatness. However, that is exactly what they will be. They'll be sparks. There's nothing there. They have the defensive line from hell. Okay, I mean seriously, Montez Sweat, Kerrigan, Aaron Payne. I mean they do. They have I think that's his name, but sorry, Deron Payne. But I think that's his name. Sorry guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But the dude from Alabama. I mean, they have they have hand too. I don't know if they have hand. Forever they have, but they have an amazing defensive line. This team is very, very, very talented. However, they don't have a name. Just kidding. But however, they just don't. They lack. It's kind of messed up because they do kind of lack the identity. Even though they don't have a name, I guess you can kind of just plug that in. But they lack the identity of anything that's kind of talkable. They score some points here and they look like they're relevant, and then they just fall apart, and it's like, oh, okay. So they kind of just lack the excitement factor, if you will. The first week I was like, oh man, Washington, how about that victory? But overall, guys, Baltimore, I mean, I guess you can call us a rivalry. I mean, they're not too far away. They're both in Maryland. They both play right there, one in Landover, one in Baltimore. So they're not too far away from each other. But I'll tell you what, both these teams are going to be very, very, very amped up for today's game. Why? Washington's home. Not there's a home crowd or anything, but they know they need, if they're going to do anything, it's going to be now. Okay, especially because the NFC East is not as strong as it should be. The Eagles have literally fallen apart. I don't know what the hell is going on with that team. Dallas looks like they can win, any week and then fall apart any week. And the Giants, the Giants. So let's go to the comments here. We have Terrence says here, Ravens are going to come in angry and take their anger out on Washington. I agree. Ravens win a lot too little. Yeah, and I mean seriously, I was being nice to the score, but I completely agree. Let's see. Dave says, I'm here for the hot takes, my guy. Good one there, man. So Ravens win 56-10. As messed up as that is, it looks like that could possibly be the score. So, prop bet. Alex Smith comes in during the second quarter. You know what? I can see that. It's kind of messed up, but I can see it. I mean, look, guys, it's I don't know. I'm not gonna say there's nothing to play for, but really, y'all, like seriously, this is just kind of it's not a throwaway game because Washington's going to come to play, but Baltimore is going to come out guns a-blazing. We're going to see Washington come out and play some of their best football in this game that we've seen this whole season because, number one, they're pissed off, and number two, they know damn well they need to get going now because they want to even – like, seriously, the rest of the season needs to be, like, glorified practices. I mean, they have the team to win lots of games, but if they're going to compete with the Chiefs and not get steamrolled the way they did a couple weeks ago, they're going to need all the help they can get. They're going to need all the practice they can get. So, personally, guys – they have bullseye on the target on the back of the Chiefs right now, and I feel like every game they are treated like the Chiefs. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, don't game plan like it. Don't be silly. But I'm just saying, personally, guys, there's no way that Baltimore has a bad season. They're going to continue to play hard and fight hard, and we're going to see that. It's going to be like Hector and Achilles, guys, outside when they have their final battle outside the walls of Troy when they see each other in the playoffs, when Baltimore and Kansas City see each other in the playoffs. So let's see. Andrew Hagenball. By the way, guys, get ready. We have some soccer coming up today. 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to check out the Soccer Scoreboard Show, brand new revamped show here. Coming back. That's right, y'all. Andrew Hagenbaugh coming back at you today. Catch that on Spreaker.com, the IE Sports Radio Spreaker, of course. That is at IE Sports Radio on Spreaker.com. Go check out all of our podcasts, wherever podcasts are. We're pretty much on all of them. And big up. So make sure to check out Andrew Hagenbaugh and the Soccer Scoreboard Show here today. Coming on up once again, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So Andrew Hagenbaugh says, prop bet. Alex Smith comes in at half and balls out. Guys, we have the old school Kansas City quarterback here coming in. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if you can jump in and do this. That'd be cool. Let's see here. Dave says, Smith comes in, sparks the Washington offense. Oh, man, he's going in detail now. Final seconds tick down as he throws a touchdown as the clock strikes 0. Baltimore 38, Washington 7. He put the scenario up in everything, guys. this, I don't see it being a bad thing. I don't see this being, guys, everything you guys were saying, it seems very realistic. And honestly, Redskins fans can't get mad. I'm just being real. This needs to stick. I mean, I think at least, be a thought in everyone's mind that it's going to be this ugly. So I have it 34-14. And seriously, the only reason why, once again, just being nice to Washington, they have the ability to score some points. But Baltimore's coming on a rampage. They're looking like Aaron Rodgers right now. They're pissed. And honestly, I just think they're going to make this thing happen. Big time too. I'm giving them 34, but if they put up way more points than 34, don't be surprised. Trust me, I won't either. So next up, we have the 2-1 Arizona Cardinals taking on the 1-2 Carolina Panthers. This game was tough for me to pick because it could be a dogfight, and damn it, in my opinion, it is. I got the Panthers winning 23-21. Why is this game so close? Because Carolina, I still think Coach Rule over there doing his thing, watching him PJ Hall. Well, I mean, Teddy's there, of course, but I'm just saying, if, Teddy were to be traded or anything like that coming up, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying that there's the chemistry there between quarterback and coach as they were back at Temple a couple of years back when they were there together. But Teddy, man, is a real deal. McCaffrey's running wild. This team right now has a lot more to prove than they have. I mean, they're 1-2, but they're up and coming, in my opinion. As for Arizona, man, I want to say so many good things about the Arizona Cardinals. They find ways to win. They've won 2 already this year. They look pretty good. Not too shabby, Arizona. Not too shabby. I would love to see Fitz win a Super Bowl. But personally, there's no way I'm putting Super Bowl and Cardinals. I just did. But in the same sentence at the moment, at least when I'm talking about serious football. Because there's not, I don't know, I just can't see it. Now, okay, because Kyler Murray is a freaking beast, and the defense is getting better. But as of right now, they're going to do enough to stay competitive. However, this is going to be one of those games that goes back and forth. I got it low scoring because I feel the defenses are actually going to play some football today. And personally, guys, Carolina, I guess, can do it just enough to pull this thing out. Andrew Hagaball says here in the comments, Carolina is that low-key team that can be good if they get on piece on defense, or they get a spark. I think he says maybe on pace. I don't know. But regardless, man, thank you for the comment there, Andrew. Personally, guys, there is no way that we don't get a good game here. I mean, I seriously don't think it's going to be one-sided at all. I really want to see a very good football game. I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams duke it out. And I got the Panthers winning this one by a squeaker. And I'm talking about a squeaker. So let's take a look here. We have Terrence saying Cardinals bounce back and get a win. 31-21. Only reason the Panthers won last week was because the Chargers shot themselves in the foot multiple times. So, agreed. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Dave says got to bounce. So, this has been fun. I got to ring up the kids and hit the road. Great show there. Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Dave. Hey, dude, make sure y'all catch, everybody out there, make sure you catch the Kansas City Shuffle. I don't know if it'll be this week on Tuesday because the game has been postponed for the the Patriots and Chiefs game. So we will see how that goes. Hopefully it won't be played too late in the week, but if it does, it does. Regardless, Kansas City Shuffle will be postponed if that is the deal, but we will have that time for you at a later time when they come back for this week, him and Pesquire and Greg as well. So great show, y'all. Make sure you check out the Kansas City Shuffle, all Kansas City sports here on IA Sports Radio. Next up here, we have Andrew says, I meant One Piece. I typed wrong. There you go. They had One Piece. So let's go back to this comment. Carolina is that low-key team that can be good if they get one piece. If they get one piece on defense or they get that spark. Absolutely, dude. Completely agree. They need to ramp it up a little bit, and we shall see. So other than that, I agree that they're a couple pieces away, especially on defense. I got this game being tight, but I'm going to take the Panthers in this one in a fun game. Next up, the 0-3 Minnesota Vikings and the 0-3 Houston Texans. Vince Wright, if you're still listening, brother, here we go. Yes, Vince said earlier in the comments, let's go back to it because I want to recap it real quick. Vince Wright says here, Vikings find a way to go 0-4 today, unfortunately. Well, let's go back to that banner because I think you're right. The Vikings, as I keep on saying every week, are just falling apart. The defense is nothing to be excited about. That defense is about as fun as watching a bag of chips sit there on your kitchen table. I mean, seriously, this is a sad scenario. This team has done nothing to be excited for in the last couple of years. A couple of years back, that defense was nasty. They looked good. They looked like their offense was the one that was behind. Now their offense is kind of scoring point. Well, they're scoring points, but the defense just keeps on letting them down. So overall, Minnesota is just looking horrible. I don't understand what the heck's going on. Houston looks horrible. Okay, they didn't look very good either. They've been looking crappy. These two teams. It's really surprising to see these two teams being 0-3. It really is. But I have no idea what's going on with either one of them. All I do know is that today Houston's home. They got Deshaun Watson. The defense is actually pretty damn good when they want to be. And today I think they'll play to a good enough level to where they'll win this game. 27-20. I think the Vikings will give a good fight. Regardless, I'm not too sure about this Minnesota team. They could come out and pull off an upset. I don't know. I don't really think it's an upset, but they could pull off the victory. Overall, I got Texas winning this game and a good one. Next up here, the 0-3 New York Giants taking on the 2-1 Los Angeles Rams. I've been eating crow. As Seth used to say last night in his Saturday Night Football. If you didn't catch that, it was a great game. Make sure you catch Saturday Night Football on USRN, IE Sports Radio, and WSR1 Sports Radio. So I got the Rams winning this game 28-14. And I'm being nice. I really am. The Giants are... The Giants are anything but exciting. The Giants are anything but good at the moment. And the Giants just look really bad. Overall, everyone's seen my comment last week where I was like, yeah, this just shows that a banged up 49ers team is still better than a pretty decent Giants team. I don't know the injuries for the Giants at the moment, but I think it's just really like, the Giants just don't look strong at all. If they get 14 points, that's a victory. Just kidding. But overall, guys, 28 points, I think, is the minimum for the Rams. If they score less, they call the dogs off or something happen. But regardless, I don't see this game going any further than this. If it's 28-14, around that 2-touchdown type of barrier, I think it's about it. And personally, stop it, Taryn. Yes, the defense is bad. I don't think they're that bad. If the Rams blow it open, they do. But I got them a couple touchdowns less than this. But regardless, should be a good football game. Next up here, Taryn says, Texans win today and will win next week. Vikings lose and will more than likely lose in the next 2 weeks. Apparently, they have a bye coming up. So I agree with that, Taryn. So, all righty. We both got the Rams winning for sure. I think let's know what you think there, Andrew, and anybody else listening here. Overall, it should be a good football game, and I'm excited for it. Next up, you already know I'm picking my team. I'm not going to ever go against my team. And honestly, we have a chance to win it. I got my Raiders winning this game 21-24, as everyone says, my favorite score, as the 3-0 Buffalo Bills head on over to Vegas to take on my Las Vegas Raiders. Now, once again, I'm always going to pick my team. I don't care if the odds are against us. I will always pick my team no matter what because that's my team. Regardless, this game, I think, is a 50-50 chance for both teams. It's a crapshoot, really. Stopping Allen, okay, Josh Allen's an amazing quarterback, guys. On his feet, he can run. His arm downfield is very inaccurate. We know that he's getting better, but his short game accuracy isn't that bad. He's actually coming along really well. He doesn't hesitate to take off. He's young. He's a very good, talented quarterback, in my opinion. And the sky's the limit is for this guy, okay? Seriously, the sky's the limit for Josh Allen. Great player. Great player. Now, Derek Carr, can he rally the troops? Can this defense do something? Because their defense is pretty sharp too, okay? Their defense is pretty damn good. So, overall, can we do enough to pull off something in this game to put us at 3-1, which would be really nice? Okay, Buffalo is nothing to, as Sharon would say, nothing to sneeze at. This team is a very strong team. The defense is actually pretty damn good. And overall, guys, I don't really understand the Raiders if they were to crumble in this game. I mean, we've been playing too good. Okay, 43 defense. I'm loving it. We're looking good. We're playing well. But overall, the secondary is just not there. Now, give it, Josh Allen isn't the most accurate quarterback, which could be good for us. Regardless, though, we don't have the talent in the secondary to really hang with like half of the league. So as you know, like I said, as it goes, I'll always take my team. But I think this is really a 50-50 game. So I agree. So Taryn says here, sorry to say, but the Bills win 35-20. Well, how'd that work out for you a couple weeks ago, Taryn? Anyway, then Buffalo 33-17. Josh Allen is playing out of his mind right now. He really is. So just kidding, Taryn. But both of you guys, man, I agree. This is going to be a very good football game, and Josh Allen is just playing great. So that's how we win it. We have to contain him and be able to score on that nasty defense. So Next up, the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 3-0 Chicago Bears. Philip Rivers is doing his thing. However, is what Philip Rivers is doing good enough? The rest of the team isn't really quite there. The defense is kind of there. I mean, there's a big injury with Mac, I believe, being out. And Chicago, they are 3-0, looking good. Honestly, guys, honestly, this is sad. When it comes to the Bears last week, man, I mean, the Bears would come back and knock off the Falcons, which we'll get in the Falcons in a little bit. But overall, guys, this is just kind of a messed up little game last week for the Falcons. The Bears showed, however, that they can come out and win and do great things. Doesn't matter what time of the game it is. And that's why I feel like the Indianapolis Colts will give one hell of a fight. It's going to be a great football game. Personally, I think this game will be a very good football game. But personally, I just don't see Chicago losing. If they happen to just do what they keep on doing, playing all 4 quarters of football, I think they'll win it, guys. So I got them winning 28-14. I'm sorry, 28-24. And should be a very, very good football game. Okay, Terrence says Saints and 2-0 don't go together, unfortunately. Yeah, they haven't gone 2-0 in a while. So next up, so once again, there you go. I've taken Bears all day in this game, and we have some more comments here. Andrew says Colts 24-20. I believe the Bears are a false 3-0 like the Steelers. The Steelers not playing this week, but man, if they were, just kidding. No, if I'm going to pick one to be fool's gold, I'm going to for sure take the Steelers because I feel like they have a good, strong team, but it's only a matter of time before they just kind of self-destruct. It's kind of happened the last couple of years. As for the Bears, they've actually been the real deal. They have been. They've been in the playoffs. I mean, they've been pretty strong, and they're doing it with the most unlikely of sources. Not really, because Foles did take the Eagles to the Super Bowl, and I'm telling you, they let go of the wrong quarterback, whatever. But watch these guys do. I would seriously take the Chicago Bears to do better than the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. I mean, this is my thoughts from what I've seen so far. And let's see here. Terrence says the Bears, 3 opponents they've beaten are combined 1-8. They're about to get exposed. Colts won 34-31. Okay, guys, well, we'll see how it goes. Personally, I just feel like they'll do enough to win this game. I don't have the Chicago Bears being Super Bowl champions or anything this year, but I definitely do see them being pretty decent and good enough to win it. In this game, at least. So next up, this game has been postponed. Kind of sucks because it would have been a really good game to watch. No updates just yet. As you guys in the chat room know, if there's anything that I don't. But Cam Newton did come up with the coronavirus, so thoughts and prayers to you, brother. And of course, I don't know who picked it up on the let's see, on the Kansas City Chiefs, but apparently there was reports from both sides that got coronavirus. So I really hope and pray that everyone is healed and that we can play this game soon. Regardless, when this game does get played, either Monday or Tuesday or whenever it gets played, I'm going to take Kansas City. If it's this week, right now, the way the Chiefs are playing, I would say it could be a good football game. 31-24, I think is about a touchdown game. Should be a really good game there. But personally, I just feel like right now the Chiefs are playing at a high level, and they will do enough. The New England Patriots are missing 8 players on defense or somewhere right around there. I remember Terrence saying that, and I just don't see this team doing very well. I just don't. That's all there is to it. I don't see them, I'm sorry. I mean, I do see them doing really well, but in this game, I don't see them doing well against this really good defense. So Andrew says, I got an update that they're playing Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, well, we shall see. And then Terrence says, I'm hearing the Chiefs-Patriots game is going to get played tomorrow. Okay, well, if that's going to be played tomorrow, we have 2 Monday Night Footballs. So regardless, I do have the Chiefs winning this game. I think they're strong enough, they're tough enough, and they're home. Not that that really matters a whole bunch right now, but right now I just feel like the Chiefs are a powerful team. They will do enough to win this game. And though it's Bill, and he's not easy to beat, I do have the Chiefs winning this thing. So and then no Cam Newton for the Patriots. There you go. So Chiefs are going to roll with the win. Chiefs win 35-21. I'm still taking the touchdown because whoever they throw in there, I mean, whoever the backups are, but regardless, I feel like Bill has a good plan for these guys. Him and Andy Reid have some good runs, but I just honestly feel like this is going to be a good football game regardless. The Chiefs should pull the victory off. If they roll, they roll. But I guess it's my hopes that they get that's a good game. But at least I think it'll be. Next up, We had our primetime face-offs already. Big ups to the Denver Broncos for winning a big victory this last past week. Not too shabby, guys. And looking good over the Jets. And, well, we have our first primetime game. We had a primetime face-offs yesterday for Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. I made my picks already, but I forgot the scores. Whatever, we'll go over it now. So we have the 0-2-1 Philadelphia Eagles, who are just falling apart right now. They have, seriously, they have lost their identity. I'm just kidding. Versus the San Francisco 49ers at 2-1. I have the Niners winning this one 38-31 in a shootout. Now, why is it such a shootout? Why? Because Mullins is starting. There's no Jimmy G. There's a lot going on right now. The defense is kind of shaky because they've lost some key players. Philadelphia, I don't know what's going on over there. There is so many question marks surrounding this team. But I feel like Philadelphia will bust the Chargers this week and play to the level of the Niners, even though the Niners level is so high right now. I feel like they'll go back and forth. I honestly feel like it's a matter of time before they put in Hurts. I'm just saying. And we shall see how things go. Regardless, I think this is going to be a good, fun game to watch. It should go back and forth. Tonight should be an edge of your seat type of game. Personally, let's see what the Philadelphia Eagles can bring to the table. But I have the San Francisco 49ers winning this game 38-31. And I have spoken my piece on this one on yesterday's primetime face-off, kind of. So there you have it. And then the last game of the evening or of the week. Well, I guess when the other one gets played too, it'll be Monday night. But Packers, the 0-3 Atlanta Falcons taking on the 3-0 Green Bay Packers. Seriously, guys, the Packers shouldn't have an issue with this game. Atlanta plays 3 quarters of football, but they don't know how to play 4, apparently. And I feel like if they even remotely let up, as they've been, if they've even give that spill, the Green Bay Packers are going to take advantage of it and roll just like the Cowboys did, okay, and just like the Bears did. This is going to be a game where I am not too high on. I mean, I'll watch it maybe a little tiny bit. I'll probably be, my gosh, probably busy doing homework or something, man. But this, I'll check it out. But overall, guys, I think the Packers are going to be able to win this thing easy. It should be a good football game for the Packers, and they should go out there and do their thing. So we have here, Taryn says, I knew Denver was going to win. I fear the Jets are going to go 0-16. I don't know if they're going to go 0-16, but they're definitely not going to win more games than they will lose. Okay, and then the Steelers or Colts need to save Sam Darnold. Wouldn't that be awesome to see him go to one of those places? I think that's a great idea, Taryn. 31 points, way too much for the Eagles. No, stop it, Taryn. I feel like right now, the vulnerability of the 49ers, I just feel like the Eagles will play to their level. Like I said, they'll bust the Chargers. You know about that, huh, Taryn? Just kidding. But Packers win 42-28. Packers 20 points is if Julio Jones can really play. Yeah, well, there you go. Good picks there from Taryn. I mean, and personally, those are my scores. I'm sticking to them. But overall, guys, Packers look good. They look strong. And I have this team going well this year. So big ups to Taryn, man. Thank you for all your picks, dude. I love it, man. I love the banter. Love going back and forth. Love the disagreements. And I'm loving it, man. Great stuff as always. Great stuff every week from everybody in the chat rooms. Thank you to Andrew and to Taryn and Dave and to Vince for popping in. Everybody who jumped in today, y'all. This has been fun, and that is it. We are 12 minutes away from kickoff, y'all, from game time. So hopefully your team does well today. If I said anything bad about your team, my bad. But hey, we'll see. Prove me wrong. I mean, let them prove me wrong. It's fine with me. It's all about. So with that said, guys, let's have ourselves a good week. And one more comment here. Eagles were lucky to have scored 23 last week against Cincy. Absolutely. But once again, we'll see. I mean, Niners defense, I don't know. I mean, we shall see. I just want to see a good football game, really. And this one, surprisingly, I want to see a good offensive game. So with that said, y'all, that will be that for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to show us some love, y'all. Give us a like on Facebook. We'd certainly like that. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at iSports Radio. Give us a follow. Also on Twitter at iSports Radio. Check us out. Show us some love. And make sure you are tuning in to all of our great shows here on StreamYard. Of course, on Spreaker, of course, across all podcast networks, or the majority of them. And on YouTube, of course, we're live there. So make sure to show us some love. Stop by iSports Radio /shop. Pick up a shirt, a hat, and show us some love. Help support us, especially during this tough time of COVID. And check us out, y'all, each and every week. We continue to do our best. Lots of great shows. We got Taryn Rodriguez here with the soccer school. I'm sorry, with the Set Point and the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. So always great stuff here. You got me here with 3 Out. Taryn and I will try and get back on it this week with 3 Out College Edition. It's been crazy, but definitely try and get back on it this week. So with that said, y'all, that will do it. I will see you guys. Well, I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday to talk about these games. Let's see if I, eat crow, or if I, let's see how things go, y'all, this week. So, with that said, I will see y'all on Tuesday. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless. And by the way, big ups to Darren. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man. Until then, y'all take care. And as always, God bless.